Hopefully we're good. Let me check. You know how it is, we gotta check. Okay, we're good. So, I wanted to do something a little bit different and something a little bit shorter. So this is Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. A lot of you might not have heard of this. Some of you might. This was a PSP game that released in 2009. And this is the Soul Calibur game that's most well known for having Kratos in it. The reason why I wanted to stream this is because I consider myself a pretty huge fan of Soul Calibur. Like, I really love Soul Calibur. I've been a fan of it since, like, 2010. Probably even earlier than that, honestly, because I played some of the games with my relatives, like Soul Calibur 2 and 3. But I think my obsession with this franchise mostly started with Soul Calibur 4, which is ironic because a lot of people don't seem to like that game very much, and I don't know why. Like, Soul Calibur 4 is really good. But anyway, so I wanted to stream this game because I think, honestly, this game is a little bit of an anomaly in terms of Soul Calibur, and I think in fighting games in general, it's a little bit of an anomaly. Keep in mind, like I said, this is a PSP game, and I'm playing this on the PS5 because this was released like months ago as part of like PlayStation's like PlayStation Classics lineup. And this was one of the first PSP games that they added on here. Now, with that being said, they didn't really do a whole lot in terms of remastering it or enhancing it in any way, so you're going to see the pixelated text, you're going to see some muddy textures, as you can clearly see from the screen. What they do allow you to do, though, if you pause it, you can go to Settings, and you can go to Visual Presets, and they give you a bunch of filters to choose from, and I have Modern because it makes the, it increases the contrast, makes the colors pop better. But like you get Classic Arcade, which kind of gives it like scan lines, and then Modern Arcade, which kind of just makes it look softer. But I'm going to keep Modern because I like it when the colors pop better. It looks better on a 4K TV that way. So let's just get into it, and we're going to talk about it because there's not a whole lot to talk about. And that's why I said that the stream is going to be pretty short. So here we have the main menu. We have Quick Match, the Gauntlet, Trials, Versus Mode, which we can't even select, by the way. We can't even click on it or highlight it because I think they took out the ability to connect to online. PSP servers were weird. Like, dude, oh man. Anybody who's owned a PSP remembers how weird, like, the online function was. You had to select, like, what, 2 different modes to even get online. There was, like, ad hoc mode. Well, I don't even remember what the other one was. You had to, like, do this weird, finicky bullshit with your PSP to get it to connect to online servers. It was really strange. So we can't do versus. Not like it really matters, though. Then we have Creation, Soul Calibur staple right there. Training mode, which I'm going to talk about this in a second. Records, which is just a place where you can look at, like, your achievements, missions, and whatnot. And then your options, right? Which, what can we change here? Okay, controls, subtitles, name entry. Okay. Oh yeah, data options. Oh no, install. Yeah, install. That's right. Most PSP games had the option to, I think if you had a disc, yeah, if you had a disc of the game, you could install, like, the game's data on your PSP so that it would, like, load faster. It was really weird. Like, this era in video games is really strange because PSP was doing a lot of, like, interesting shit. Like, it had the UMD discs. You could download the data onto your PSP to make it load faster. It was so interesting, dude. Less yakking, more smacking. I'm just talking about the game, man. Chill. Alright, so, the reason why I said that this game is an anomaly is because there's not really a whole lot to do here. And what I mean by that is, yes, you have a quick match mode, which is basically your versus mode of the game, and this is your roster. And it's a pretty good roster. I mean, this is I think most of the characters from Soul Calibur 4. I'm gonna pick Algol, I guess, because he's my favorite Soul Calibur character. And yeah, you just pick a battle. Oh look, there he is, Kratos. Now I gotta say, I mentioned how they didn't do any type of remastering to this game, like you can tell it hasn't really been enhanced that much. With that being said, these models look really good for a PSP game. I would say that this is probably one of the better looking PSP games on the market. Because typically when you play a PSP game and you upscale it to like 4K, it looks pretty bad because you get like the pixelated text, you get the muddy textures. But this doesn't look that bad. This looks like it could have been on the PS2, even. Alright, Kratos, back up. No, you're gonna ring me out, you're gonna ring me out, you're gonna ring me out! Oh, we're doing best of 5? Huh, that was gonna be best of 3. But yeah, this is it. This is the whole game, right here. I mean, it's a fighting game, so what do you expect, but... Once we're done with this fight, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the, why is Boyman fighting Darren? Is Darren a... What? Huh? Juan, I'm gonna need you to explain. I'm gonna need you to explain. Did I miss something? Maybe I wasn't looking at their name tags. Maybe that's what he's talking about. So, the gauntlet. Drain. Oh, okay, you messed up twice. okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, so this is kind of why I wanted to stream this, because with most fighting games, you have your versus mode, you have your story mode, and you have your arcade mode. Okay, but with this game in particular, we don't have that. Instead, what we have is the gauntlet mode. Well, let me just check real quick, that way I'm not missing anything here. No, I'm not missing anything. Okay. Anyway, so the gauntlet. This is not what you think it is, okay? It says, go on a journey to fight opponents you meet along the way. The variety of challenges presented will keep you on your toes. So, like it just said, it is a series of challenges. You know what, let's be Kratos. Where are you? I'm gonna pick his God of War 2 armor. So, here it is. This is what Gauntlet is. Now, you probably think, oh, it's like a collection of fights that you have to do, right? No. You would be giving this game too much credit. What this is, like the description said, it is a series of challenges that you have to complete, and then once you complete said challenge, you immediately move on to the next one. And these challenges are literally just one combo. And sometimes they're not even combos. Sometimes it's just pressing a button, or dodging something, or guarding something, right? Let me show you. Use the A, B, or K buttons to defeat your opponent in the allotted time. Oops, okay. Yeah, okay, so right here, right? We only have 5 seconds. You see the timer up there? We've only got 5 seconds to use, and our health is like dangerously low. It says, Chief is blocking your way. Use A, B, K to knock him down quickly and continue. This is what Gauntlet is, okay? That's it. It's not even a fight, and then you move on to the next one, okay? Simultaneously press the directional buttons and attack, okay? That's it. And then we go on to the next one. This time I have to press them simultaneously, like this. Wants me to do simultaneous attacks. There we go. They're not even really fights, because the characters are just standing there letting you do these combos, and then once you're done with the combo, it's over. These aren't even really fights, frankly. And again, there's some challenges where they literally just ask you to dodge. Where they'll be like, oh, dodge with this, or do a crouching guard. Or just step out of the way, and then it's over. These aren't even really fights. It's just a series of challenges. Like, now I'm gonna go back to mode select, okay? There is a training mode here. Why is this here when the gauntlet basically serves as the training mode? Like, because typically in a fighting game, you have a training mode. Like Street Fighter, Tekken, they have training modes that let you do, like, character trials and combo trials, which is basically what this is. It's a series of combo trials. I don't know why they bothered putting in a training mode when, by the way, you can pick any character you want here. Like, I'll pick Maxi, for example. You can pick any character, and your progress from the gauntlet is the same through every character. So you can literally switch out whatever character you want and practice with whoever you want. So again, I have to ask, what is the point of training mode? Matter of fact, let me look. What do we have here? By the way, I love Siegfried's armor here. I think Siegfried's design in Soul Calibur 4 is my personal favorite. I love his, like, really, like, his giant crystalline armor and his crystal sword. It just looks so fucking cool, dude. Let's go here. Okay, so what is the difference here? Play craps, huh? What is craps? Okay. So what is the difference here? We're just... Okay, yeah, it's basically just the same thing, except we're just messing around with combos and doing it, looking at damage totals. Okay, it's basically your standard training mode, but really, they really could have just added the gauntlet as a secondary mode, like character trials, right? So, that's kind of pointless. I'm not a big fan of the gauntlet mode. And then you get these, the trials. This is the closest thing you're gonna get to an arcade mode. Basically what you do here... I can't even really explain it, really. You kind of just have to see it. So it's, again, it's close to an arcade mode. But you see that percentage down there? The more you rack up that percentage, I guess the better you're doing. It's like, oh, let's see how many combos you could put in, or let's see how much damage you could put in before you yourself take damage. So like right now, I've built myself up to like 241%, and because I just took a hit, it went down. And then you get a score. I don't really know what the purpose of this is. I don't even know if you get anything from doing these. But it's a thing. I don't know what real incentive there is to doing this mode. Other than, I guess, it's the closest thing you're gonna get to an arcade mode, frankly. But, alright. And we got a perfect, nice. Yeah, so that's that. And then it continues, because now we got stage 2. I don't know how long this goes, but I'm not gonna stick around, because you get the gist. You get the gist. Hello, Echidnux. We're just looking at a... I know it has been a while, and I've just decided to stream Soul Calibur Broken Destiny, because why not? I kind of just wanted to do something shorter today, because this is a PSP game. There's nothing to really talk about with this one. What is Endless Trial? Is that a proper arcade mode, please? Can we get, like, something akin to that? Raphael looks like a short-haired Alucard, doesn't he? Like, look at him. Doesn't he just look like Alucard with short hair? He really does. Look at that. I never put that together. He's a vampire too, by the way, so it's like... Okay, so no, it's literally just the same thing, except it's endless. Woohoo. Wow, okay. I feel like... I feel like I was just kind of not doing anything crazy with that. Yeah, I mean, like, frankly, I feel like this game was a lot more impressive to me when I was... Because I loved this game when I was in high school. I played the shit out of this when I was younger. I feel like the appeal of this game is a lot better when you play it through the lens of it being a PSP game. Because when you're playing it on a PSP, you're playing it with the mindset that this is a limited console. That this is a handheld device which is not capable of, like, large-scale console games like a PS2, right? So you look at a game like this and you're like, oh man, this game looks really good for a PSP game, and it does. It looks really good. But it's the lack of content that's bugging me here. Like, it's cool that they have the character creator, like, I'm surprised that it still has the character creator. But in terms of, like, actual content and things to do, there's not a whole lot. The Gauntlet mode is really the only real big mode of the game, and it's really just a glorified character trial thing. It really could have just been lumped in with training mode. But it's not. It's like its own separate mode that's trying to pretend to be a story mode. And it really does try to pretend to be a story mode, because let me go back here, look at this, right? Like, it tries to, like, have these cutscenes. Like, Hildegard is, like, she's... Yeah, it's these dumb little cutscenes in between the character trials. Like, what kind of what kind of story mode is this? And yeah, it's just these dumb little character trials that you have to do. Attack back when you successfully guard an attack. They want us to do one counterattack, and once we do that one counterattack, it's over. Yeah, see, and then if you get hit once, you fail. There we go, mission over. I didn't even get to take down all of his health. You can't guard your opponent's attack this time, because your opponent's making the first move. Just stave off his coming attacks by guarding. See, all I did was guard. I didn't even get to attack. That's so weird, dude. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here. So yeah, that's your main mode of the game right there. I think I would rather stick with the Trials mode, because that's the closest thing you get to an arcade mode in this game, frankly. Let's look at records. What do we got going on here? Yeah, so these are the achievements, right? Yeah, these are basically just your achievements. Or, I'm sorry, honors, as they call them. And that's it! That's Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. That's literally the entire game. That is literally the whole game. It's just go in and fight. Which, I mean, for a PSP game is fine, because they don't expect you to play for that long, and it's a handheld game, right? It's limited. But when you're playing this on a PS5, on a 4K television, nah, this ain't it. I would much rather just be playing Soul Calibur 4, 5, or 6 right now, or even just the originals. I'd rather be playing Soul Calibur 1, 2, and 3. Like, I feel like this is really one of those games that lends itself to being on the PSP because of its limitations. I'm not really getting a whole lot out of this. Especially considering the fact that, again, it hasn't even been remastered. Like, it doesn't even really look that spectacular. It looks good for a PSP game, but it doesn't look good now. It doesn't look good upscaled on a 4K television that much. But yeah, that's it. That's Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. You know what? We need to spend more time playing as Kratos. So you know what? Let's show off Kratos a little bit, because he is the main selling force of the game, right? He is the main reason why you'd be doing this. I thought you were just emulating this. No. This is on my PS5. Okay. I think a few months ago, Sony started releasing PSP games as part of their like classics lineup. So this is on the PS5 natively. But the problem is they didn't do any type of like remastering to it. So you basically are just emulating it, kind of. You really are just kind of emulating it on the PS5. So as you can see, like, you know, the text is very pixelated, the textures look very muddy. But it's been upscaled to 4K, so everything looks sharper, everything looks crisp, right? What the hell? What was that? What was that camera? Any chance? Hey, I'm hoping that they do eventually port Dracula X Chronicles on here. But I don't know. I don't know how much of that is up to them, or if that's up to Konami, or if they're waiting for Konami to do another collection for that. But that's been on my mind. That's actually been on my mind too, is if they're ever gonna do a port of Dracula X Chronicles for this. Because if they put, like, even if it was just a straight port of the original game, even like if they didn't even bother remastering it or touching anything up or enhancing anything, I would still play it. I would still gladly just play Dracula X Chronicles on my PS5 right now. I don't care. I hope they do that. I hope they do that. But I doubt it. I don't know if they are going to do it. Come on, Kratos, do something crazy. God, what is that camera doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to do a swing! Can't wait for the Castlevania chapter in Dead by Daylight. Yeah, I'm very curious about what they're gonna do in Dead by Daylight, because we know that Dracula is gonna be the killer, but I don't know what exactly pertains, like what exactly the pack is, like what exactly is going to be featured in this crossover, because we know that Dracula is going to be the killer, but is there going to be a survivor? Is there going to be a stage? From what I understand, there's not even going to be a stage. So I'm really confused as to, like, is it just going to be Dracula? Is it just like some weird mechanics that they're adding, or what? God damn it. I think it'll be Richter. No, I don't know about that, because here's the thing, right? When we're talking about Dead by Daylight, when you pick a survivor, the thing about playing as a survivor is that you're playing as someone who has to, like, sneak around the entire map. You're sneaking, you're crouching, you're hiding in fear, you're scared. Your character is, like, scared the entire time. I don't think about that when I think about the Belmonts. The Belmonts don't strike me as characters that are scared of Dracula. They hate him. They want to kill him. They don't strike me as a bunch of weaklings that sneak around the map and are trying to get around Dracula. They're trying to get to him, right? If anything, if I had to pick a survivor for Castlevania, I would say it would probably be Maria, at best. And even then, she can hold her own just fine. I don't know about, like, I don't know. I think adding a Belmont or even Alucard as a survivor is just really weird. It just doesn't feel right, because it kind of makes you, it makes them feel like they're pussies. Netflix show made people think, I blame that on the Netflix show, if anything, for making the Belmont seem like they're weaker.
The cursed city of Battle 1. Fight.
What is this camera doing? You notice that? Like, every time the match starts, the camera does, like, this weird, like, rotation thing before the match starts. Oh, nice. We got the ring up. there is a Belmont in the chapter. Alright. I mean, it's still cool if they do it, it's just, I don't know, I just don't know, I just can't, for the life of me, I can't see it working narratively, it just doesn't feel right, having a Belmont running away from Dracula. Or running away from any killers, because the Belmonts kill monsters all the time, with ease. Having them run away from anything would just feel really bizarre. It'd be like, it would be like making Dante a survivor. Right? It'd be like making Dante a survivor, it'd be like making Kratos a survivor, it'd be like making Doomslayer a survivor. It just doesn't feel right. Because they don't run away like that. They don't hide in fear. They're not trying to sneak around anything. They're getting in there and they're getting shit done. Right? It just doesn't feel right, man. But I mean, if that's the way they go, I'm not opposed to it. It's just gonna feel weird. Just gonna feel really weird. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. The only way it could work is if the survivor is Netflix Richter. If it's Netflix Richter, that's fine, because he is a pussy. He runs away all the time. He is a coward. That version of Richter is a coward. You can put him in. I'm fucking this up. God damn it. Come on. He's gonna win. He's gonna... Oh god, that just... Ah, I unblocked. I felt myself let go of the guard button a second. Whatever. That's fine. I don't really care. Dude, I can see the eyelashes on that dude's character model. Man, you wouldn't see that on the PSP. You wouldn't see stuff like that on the PSP. That's what I'm talking about. Like, they really put a lot of detail into these character models. Like, these character models look... I would say they look the best out of this entire game. They really did put a lot of detail into these models. For a PSP game, they look good. It looks like it's going to be Symphony of the Night Dracula, because that's the one that they always go with, right? That's always one thing that kind of bugs me. Every time that they use Dracula, it's always Symphony of the Night Dracula. Every time. It's never any of the other versions from like Dracula X Chronicles or Chronicles even. It's never from the Adventure or even the original. It's not Matthias. You know, it's not Order of Ecclesia's Dracula. It's always Dracula from Symphony of the Night. And I get it, he is iconic, but like, bro, come on, can we at least try something different for once, man? I don't know, I think I'm biased toward his Chronicles design. He looks like a sorcerer there, he's got the black hair. I think I even prefer his Dracula X Chronicles look too, because he's got the black hair with the mustache. That's why there's cosmetics. I hope they add Dude, I didn't even think about that. If they make cosmetics for Dracula, oh dude, could you imagine if we get... Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. Dude, imagine if we get HD versions of Dracula from Chronicles, dude. That would be nuts if we got to see that. That'd be nuts. That'd be a first. That'd be crazy. Give us like or hell, even Matthias. Give us a Matthias skin? Dude, I didn't even think about that. I hope not. I really hope not, because that kind of... Their survivors are so weak, man. They're so weak. Alucard might make a little bit more sense because he kind of starts off the game being weak. He has his powers taken away from him, and he doesn't really have much of his inventory or his abilities. So I guess Alucard could work the most. But it still doesn't feel right, man. Because you're taking these badass warrior characters, like these vampire hunters, you're taking these badass characters, and you're turning them into pussies. The mark of the entity, which allows them to be nerfed lore-wise? I mean, I guess. It's just gonna feel weird. That's all I'm saying. Like, again, I'm not opposed to it, I'm just saying it feels weird. Dark Metamorphosis Fireballs, yeah. Right, but I was saying that he starts off the game weak. As a just kind of like, as a way of just trying to explain as to how, like, oh, why he's a survivor, why is he so weak, why is he so scared of Dracula, why is he sneaking around the map as if he's scared of something, like, you know, well, what reason does Alucard, of all people, have to be scared of anything, right? But that does kind of bug me that we're not getting, like, our own map. That does kind of bug me that Castlevania's not getting a map for this. It's just going to be the character crossover. But then again, like, how would you do a Castlevania map? Would it just be, like, a collection of rooms? Like, just, like, a collection of, like, what, 4, 5, 6 rooms? Like a library, a lab, a hallway, a throne room? Like, how would you even do that, right? They might surprise us, maybe. They could. We still gotta wait for more details, so I could be wrong. But it can't be Alucard. No, it can be. It still can be. I mean, you say that like Dracula's not opposed to killing his own son, but he still fights him at the end of the game. And he still fights him in Dracula's Curse, so he's not opposed to killing his son. He's not opposed to that. He's still evil. It was at the beginning of the game that Death was like, oh, we know we're warning you, you better behave. Because obviously, yeah, like, I don't, like, obviously he's gonna have some restraint, but if he has to, he's going to do it. He's going to kill his son if he has to. He's Dracula, he's evil. Keep in mind, this is the same guy that manipulated his own best friend into killing his girlfriend just so he could become a vampire. See if he gets leaked. Alright, well, you know what? That's gonna wrap it up for me, for this stream, because like I said, this is gonna be on the shorter end, just because I wanted to kind of showcase what this game was about. Which, again, not really a whole lot to talk about here. I feel like it's a little bit of a gaming anomaly because of, like, the mode that they chose to go with. Because, frankly, they should have just made the Gauntlet a training mode option. They should have made that, like, the character combo thing, like the character trials. Because that's what it is. It's just a trial mode. They really should have just made that into the training mode. And they should have replaced this with a proper story mode with actual fights, not these dumb set of missions. Right? Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Next time I come back, it'll probably be, I mean, I might get started here in a minute. I might do something here, like, after this. I might do, something different. Don't know if it's gonna be Castlevania related. It might be something else, but, yeah. That's gonna do it for Soul Calibur Broken Destiny. Pretty obscure, pretty forgotten Soul Calibur game. Not that great, but I think for a PSP game it was pretty good. But, yeah, that's really it. Catch y'all in the next one.